This is news now coming to you live from iBrandTV News Studio in Lagos, Nigeria. First, the headlines. House of Representatives resigned its decision on the compulsory direct primary clause. A high court in Abia State orders federal government to pay Nnamdi Kanu the sum of 1 billion naira. Military authorities in eastern Congo arrest 2 men in connection with the murder of the Italian ambassador. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson battles call for resignation from lawmakers. Glad to have you join us in news now at this hour. Here are some stories we are tracking. My name is Margaret Opara. The House of Representatives has rescinded its decision on the compulsory direct primary clause in the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. The lawmakers reversed the move during the plenary session on Wednesday and instead adopted the direct and indirect primaries. It also expunged the consensus option. During the plenary, the lawmakers had gone into a closed-door session, after which the chamber became rowdy. But the reason for the rowdiness was unclear, as they were seen in different groups conferring. Similarly, the Nigerian Senate has removed the controversial Direct Primaries Clause 84 in the Electoral Amendment Bill to allow for their modes of primaries. The amendment followed a motion for its recommittal to the Committee of the Whole, which was sponsored by the Senate leader Yahaya Abdullahi. Similarly, the Nigerian Senate has removed the controversial Direct Primaries Clause 84 in the Electoral Amendment Bill to allow for other modes of primaries. The amendment followed a motion for its recommittal to the Committee of the Whole, which was sponsored by the Senate leader Yahaya Abdullahi. In his remark, the President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, said the amendment to the controversial clause is to allow Nigerians to enjoy their franchise without being hindered in democratic process participation. And moving on, President Muhammadu Buhari will commission several important projects during his 2-day visit to Kaduna State on Thursday and Friday. The President, who will visit the 3 major towns of Kaduna, Zaria and Kafanchan, will also be shown around road projects across the state executed by the Governor Nasir El-Rufai administration. A statement by Special Advisor on Media and Communications, Muyiwa Adikeye, listed the projects that will be commissioned to include the remodeled Murtala Muhammad Square, which is located at the heart of Kaduna town. He also listed the infectious disease hospital, which is located at Mando, and the Dangote Bijo Automobile Nigeria Limited along Kaduna-Abuja Expressway, the Sabongari Market in Zaria. The Vice President is currently presiding over the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. President Muhammadu Buhari has headed off to the Gambia to attend the inauguration ceremony of the country's President, Adama Barrow, who was re-elected for a second 5-year term. On the invitation of this host, Buhari will be special guest of honor at the ceremonies to be attended by other African leaders at the Independence Stadium, Bakau. And moving on, a high court in Abia State has ordered the federal government to pay the sum of 1 billion naira to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, and issue a letter of apology to him. Kanu approached the court demanding 5 billion over the invasion of his father's house by the military on September 10, 2017. In a ruling on Wednesday, according to his lawyer Aloy Ejimakor, the court presided over by Justice Benson Ania stated that the federal government violated the IPOB's leader's fundamental rights. The court also recommended a political solution to the agitation for the restoration of defunct Biafra Republic championed by IPOB. The chief whip of the Senate, Senator Orji Uzokalu, is describing other aspirants vying for 2023 presidential seat as unserious. The lawmaker representing Abia North Senatorial District stated this while briefing Senate correspondent shortly before Wednesday's plenary about his visit to President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday night.
Party zoned the 2023 presidential ticket to Southeast. I told you before, I'm not a liar. It's only when the party zones it officially to the South. I told you before, the only 2 zones that have not been president, the Southeast and the Northeast. Once they zone it, to any one of them. I have the capacity and the capability. And I will roll and I'll rock like hurricane. I don't believe in Igbo president. I believe in Nigerian president of Igbo extraction. It's only APC people, like we're going to have our convention, will decide where the presidential ticket will go to. If they say it, I have everything it takes to make a good president. Very good convention, very good atmosphere. We are going to make Nigerians proud after 26th of February.
Still ahead, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson drops COVID-19 restrictions. Details and more news updates after this commercial break.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
You go enter enter market just make you go buy fresh palm fruit. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the up, open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yummy yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63974447. 08035644436 07066638213. Banga fresh palm fruit extract.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
If you make sabi cook the banga, you no go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efo riro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
Glad to have you back. And now on the Africa scene. January 18th makes 20 years since the end of the brutal conflict in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone on Tuesday marked the anniversary of the civil war that left tens of thousands of people dead. The use of child soldiers was also widespread in the country. Years after the devastating incident, many still carry the scars left by the conflicts. Sierra Leone is still trying to recover from the civil war, and it's one of the poorest countries in the world. Military authorities right then in eastern Congo have arrested 2 men in connection with the murder of the Italian ambassador in February 2021. The police, however, added that the main suspect is still at large. The commissioner for the North Kivu province accused rebels of killing Ambassador Luca Atanasio in a botched kidnap for a ransom attempt. The kidnappers were allegedly seeking more than $1 million in ransom. Aside from the ambassador, a UN paramilitary officer was also killed, as well as the driver of the vehicle. The authorities did not say when the arrest occurred or when that might be taking place. And on the foreign scene, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Wednesday dismissed calls to resign from opponents and some of his own lawmakers fighting to save his premiership amid a deafening revolt inside his party over a series of lockdown parties in Downing Street. Johnson, who is in 2019 won his party's biggest majority in more than 30 years, is now fighting to show up his authority after a series of revelations about parties in his Downing Street residence during COVID lockdowns. Johnson has repeatedly apologized for the parties and said he was unaware of many of them. Meanwhile, people in England will no longer be required to wear face masks anywhere or work from home from next week, Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Wednesday, adding that scientists believed a wave of Omicron coronavirus variant had peaked nationally. Johnson also said that while people would still be required to self-isolate for now, he did not expect to renew self-isolation legislation, which will expire in March, and would look into scrapping the requirements soon. Still on the foreign scene, the European Union must hold a frank dialogue with Russia and seek a political solution to the tensions over Ukraine, French President Emmanuel Macron told the European Parliament on Wednesday. Addressing lawmakers at the start of France's 6-month presidency of the EU, Macron said EU countries must also define among themselves a new stability and security order that they would then discuss with Moscow. Referring to Russia, Macron said, "The security of our continent is indivisible." And coming up next is business news.
Hello and welcome to Business News. I am Omobolanle Adeshui, and these are the stories we're tracking at the moment. President Muhammadu Buhari has assured Nigerians the prices of food items, especially rice, will soon come down. The president affirmed this during the official unveiling of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, RIFAN, rice paddy pyramids in Abuja. He urged Nigerians to exercise some patience, stating that the growing food production in the country, especially expansion in rice farming, would eventually reduce the prices of food. Similarly, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, revealed that the successes recorded in the implementation of the CBN-led Anchor Borrowers Program, ABP, has led to the reduction in rice importation from Thailand by over 99.83% within the past 7 years. Furthermore, Emefiele, at the unveiling of the mega rice pyramids, disclosed that rice importation from Thailand alone was valued at 1.3 million metric tons as of 2014, adding that by 2016, importation from same country would fall to only 58,000 metric tons. And the Lagos State government and transportation stakeholders, which includes the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, and Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, RTEAN, have introduced and signed a consolidated levy of 800 naira daily for transporters in the informal transport sector in the state. The harmonized levy, which is not part of the normal statutory dues collected by these unions, was introduced in order not to overburden transporters with exorbitant levies. This was disclosed by the Lagos State Commissioner for Finance, Dr. Rabiu Olowo, who at the signing ceremony and ticket unveiling at Ikeja said there was a need for the harmonized levy. Olowo added that the reform in the transport sector would help to get a comprehensive database of transporters for better planning. The commissioner also stated that the benefits of the consolidated levy included harmonized collection process by putting a structure in place, reducing multiple taxes, dues and levies by all agents of state and local governments. Meanwhile, the chairman, NURTW, Alhaji Musiliu Akinsoya, stated that NURTW and RTEAN agreed with policies that would ensure the development of Lagos State. He, however, noted that the 800 naira consolidated levy would not stop the union from collecting its normal statutory levy. And the Postmaster General of the Federation, Dr. Ismail Adewusi, has blamed the lack of capital vote in 28 years for the ramshackle state of offices of the Nigerian Postal Service across the country. He made this known during an interactive session with journalists in Abuja. The Postmaster General, however, said that lack of adequate funding had been the primary reason for the poor state of NIPOST offices. He also said that most of the facilities require an upgrade from time to time, but it has been very difficult to get them renovated and top-notch for a long time. However, the NIPOST boss thanked the president for unbundling NIPOST, disclosing that most of the facilities that have been in a very bad shape have been taken over by the new NIPOST Property Company, which in turn will operate as a commercial entity. Cocoa farmers have raised the alarm over the low quality of cocoa beans produced in Nigeria and expressed fears that the product may face international rejection if the identified concerns persist. The President, Cocoa Farmers Association of Nigeria, Sefan Adeola Adegoke, disclosed this during the opening of Sefan Abuja office and the unveiling of the association's Good Agricultural Practices Training Handbook. Adegoke further said that there is an urgent need for the nation to change this narrative in order to prevent our cocoa from being rejected now and in the future, or been sanctioned. He also stated that the collaboration would ensure transparency and the sustainability of Nigeria's cocoa supply chain, taking into cognizance the protection of the environment and its biodiversity. The CFAN president said the association is setting up structures to assist smallholder cocoa farmers to push the country's cocoa production from the current 250,000 metric tons to 500,000 metric tons in the next 2 years. And the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, on Tuesday stopped flight VM1609 of Max Air to carry out a safety inspection on the airplane after it had boarded passengers and was already taxiing for takeoff. It was learned that the passengers of the flight, which was leaving the Abuja airport for Lagos, kicked against the delay caused by the move by the NCAA. Some of the travelers reportedly complained of being stranded in the aircraft as they alleged that the flight was stopped due to technical issues. A passenger who simply gave his name as Raymond said the 11:30 a.m. flight had moved some distance on the tarmac preparatory to takeoff before it was eventually turned back to the hangar and parked. When contacted, the station manager for Max Air at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, Kehinde Ogunyale, said the aircraft was to follow the rules of the aviation industry regulator, NCAA. And on the African scene, South Africa's Reserve Bank, SARB, will raise interest rates to 4% on January 27 as it continues its hiking cycle amid a pickup in consumer price inflation. 18 of 23 economists polled from January 12 to 18 said the central bank would add 25 basis points to the repo rate next week, taking it to 4%, while 5 said it would leave rates on hold. The spike in consumer inflation to just below the ceiling of the SARB's inflation target in the context of tightening of global monetary policy supports front-loading of the South African rate hiking cycle, according to Elna Mooman of Standard Bank. Mooman added South Africa's inflation remains reasonably benign given the persistently weak economy, but inflation is edging higher and the SARB's interest rate normalization process will continue. And moving on to the foreign scene, where British consumer price inflation rose more than expected to 5.4% in December, its highest in almost 30 years. Official data showed on Wednesday, adding pressure on the Bank of England to raise interest rates against next month. Economists polled by Reuters had forecast that the annual CPI rate would edge up to 5.2% in December from 5.1% in November. The increase in CPI to its highest since March 1992 reflected a wide range of goods and services, with the biggest impact coming from food and drink, followed by restaurants and hotels, furniture and household goods. Well, with that, it's a wrap on the business news. I am Momo Bolanle Adeshui. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Coming up now is entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News. I am Michelle Abanum. The Grammy Awards ceremony honoring top performances in music has been rescheduled for April 3rd in Las Vegas, the Recording Academy and broadcaster CBS said in a statement on Tuesday. The awards had been set to take place on January 31st in downtown Los Angeles, but organizers scrapped that date as the Omicron variant sparked a new wave of COVID-19 infections. Comedian Trevor Noah will host the ceremony, which will be televised and streamed live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The 2021 Grammy Awards also went postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The ceremony was staged in March instead of January and included a mix of pre-recorded and live segments in front of a small, socially distant audience. Moving on, Nigerian music stars Wizkid, Fireboy, Tiwa Savage, Omale and Ghanaian singer Kidi were on Tuesday night nominated for the NAACP Image Awards in the Outstanding International Song category, organized by the National Association for Advancement of Colored People. Wizkid was nominated for his Essence featuring Tems and Justin Bieber, while Fireboy DML got the nomination from his hit song Peru. Tiwa Savage's Somebody's Son featuring Brandy gained her nomination, while Kidi and Omale received the nomination for their song Touch It and Understand, respectively. The 53rd NAACP Image Awards celebrate outstanding achievements and performances of people of color across more than 80 competitive categories from film, television, plus streaming, music, literature, and podcasts. The winner will be announced during the 2-hour live television special, which will be hosted by 7-time NAACP Image Awards winner Anthony Anderson, airing on Saturday, February 26, 2022 at 8 p.m. And that's it on Entertainment News. I am Michelle Avenue.
And that's a wrap on news now at this hour. For more news stories, please visit our website for all the social media platforms. Do well to subscribe and like or comment on our social media platforms. My name is Margaret Opera. Thanks for watching.